We got a new toy, so I'm going to open it up with you and show you. But before I show you the new thing, let me explain why this is very substantial for the studio. We got a new version of this is Gen 2 of the Micro Studio. The reason this is a big deal is because the studio kind of runs on them. Pretty much every video in some substantial way runs on this little thing. And in this instance, we've got it hooked up to a crane, which is super useful because the interface, the visuals for it all just runs down here, and we've been recording off of this monitor. But the crane itself is just means you can sort of get it up and out of the way and not need to worry about menu settings and all that stuff. Same goes in what I call Studio One. So this is my drawing room. I feel like actually, no, these videos will probably be released by now. We've got my top-down camera, which runs and shows on this monitor. Here, let me just turn these on. Top-down camera shows on this monitor, and then this is my shoulder camera, which is here on a boom arm, showing on that second monitor. So that's how I have these two cameras recording for pretty much all of my drawing videos in this room. Oh my God, look how messy my room is. But it doesn't end there, because in tabletop time, we run on Micro Studios in a pretty big way. Every single one of their painting videos, all of it, is recorded on the Micro Studios. So that's 3 on their painting tables, and this is slightly absurd. The role play rig is again, completely powered by them. So we actually have 4 of them running facing these chroma displays, which allows us to green screen ourselves. And the reason this is so cool is because they're not like webcams. There's no auto adjustments. We have the settings. They're set there. They stay. We never have to touch them. And they all run through a Blackmagic quad mixery thingy. What do you call it? The Mini ISO, A10 Mini Pro ISO, which combines all 4 cameras and sends them into the computer, but does all of the processing. So by the time, it actually does the chroma as well. So by the time the OBS takes any footage in on the capture card, all 4 cameras have already been chroma processed and put into one 4K image sent to the computer that then we divide and put it. So it just saves the computer a lot of work, and it's just really seamless. We've never had any issues. Like, it's so well running. All of our streaming issues is with everything else. I am excited because, as you can see, we're running off of these cameras quite a lot, and they've held us in really good stead. But Terry, my friend from Blackmagic, asked if there's any new toys I was really interested in, and I saw the Gen 2 G2 of the Micro Studio camera 4K, and they just look amazing. So I want to check them out with you, but I also want to set them up. So I've got 2 of them. I can't even put into words how grateful I am for Blackmagic and how supportive they are for this channel. They've provided us with these Micro Studios that have kept our content as high quality as it has been for all these years. Obviously, they've sponsored a bunch of videos, and that's been a huge part of like how we sort of, are able to give to each other. But as a creator, I feel so empowered by Blackmagic, not only in terms of how they've been to work with and how they support the channel, but what they make is so accessible in hardware and software. DaVinci Resolve, our whole studio runs off of it. I get annoyed anytime I hear about anyone else using any other editing software because it's all inferior, and DaVinci Resolve is free. It's absurd. Anyway, okay, I digress. Benny, we got a new toy. So let's do a little. Yeah, I'm really excited about this because there's a few key changes with the new generation of the Micro Studio. I mean, some of them are just sort of like optimizing and upgrades. Some of them are, I'd say, like fixes. It's not like they were massive problems, but there were some things that were less than ideal that you just sort of work around. One of them with these big cable wads that you sort of have to have plugged in if you run on power. It all comes with the camera, but it comes with this whole wad which has all of these dangles, but one of these dangles is a power cord, and then that plugs in and runs down and gives the camera power. So we don't have any of these running on batteries, we just plug them straight in. But this whole dangle is pretty unnecessary because we don't use any of these. A lot of the other ones, I've just cut the cables and hot glued on top of them, which is slightly dodgy, but anyway. Then the other thing is they actually don't record themselves. They had another version, I think the Micro, that one does record, but lacks a bunch of the stuff that the Gen 1 of these had. This kind of fixes all of that, puts it all in one nice little package. It's just so satisfying. Would you do the honors?
Yes. Thank you.
Here it is. Okay, so we've got 2 of these, and I think these will become our top-down ones. So we'll replace the crane, which we use again in all of our bigger shoots, and we definitely setting it up for today because we actually have a group drawing session where we've been recording the Gen 1. I'm ADHDing one speech. The Gen 1 could do 4K. It was called the Micro Studio 4K, but the problem is you could only record 4K through SDI, and we run through HDMI because we need to be able to see the menu interfaces and make those changes. So that meant we could only ever record in 1080p, which, to be honest, we've limited ourselves to for file size.
Yeah, but Blackmagic has really good proxy, file structures and stuff. So it's actually become a lot more useful to move to 4K Blackmagic proxies.
And they also do their compression. Their raw file format is absurdly good. I've been afraid of raw file formats, because the default...
You just think of the file size and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but we had been sent one of these a while ago that I set up and took home because I'm like, mine, which is stupid, but toys are fun. The thing that blew my mind about it is the raw compression. It's like the file size is like really manageable. The video quality is phenomenal, and it just smashes all other compression formats I've seen. So it's just like, holy crap. So we're going to be able to record in 4K, but we're also going to be able to record directly to it because this has a little record button and a USB-C.
It's so cute.
Allows us to plug in a hard drive. So we can now...
Direct out.
Literally just plug this in. So SD cards, you can get like up to a terabyte, but they're absurdly expensive and not very fast writing. These are really fast writing. It's a 2 terabyte card.
And how do we attach it to the thing? That's the question.
This is a really cool 3D printed thing. I just looked it up. I haven't done this before, but I love 3D printing. And check this out.
Oh, cool!
Just fits in there.
It replaces the battery. That's so good.
Literally.
I love that.
How cool is that?
So cute.
That's so satisfying. And then when we want to transfer, you just unplug, take it out, go transfer our files, and then we can slip that back in. Oh, that's so cool. Amazing. Also means that we don't have to clear cards as often, and we don't have to be afraid of losing projects as much as well. Okay, this is the other big change. There's far fewer accessories, which is good. You don't want all those big dangly cables.
That's the whole box. It's just like it's 3 things.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Different power. That's all I need. That's it. That's literally it. A power plug, and it's upgraded because I have this little thingy so it doesn't accidentally unplug itself. Amazing. So you can screw it in. And just like that, I mean, it still has SDI out, but we'll be using HDMI because we need a menu access. This is an all-round upgrade, which we get to put into practice today. It's going to be cool because we have 4 people doing art.
That's right.
That's why we was like, we need to do this today because we need the 4K because we want to be able to punch into everyone's artwork.
Punch in, but also rotate.
Yeah. So it'll be a filming challenge.
Yeah.
But this will help us tackle the challenge. We have a special guest.
Hello.
It's Kat. And the exciting thing is we're about to film a video using the product that Kat's helped sort of pull together in some ways. So we did a marker picking session. Kat has so much expertise when it comes to alcohol markers. So it was really cool to be able to go through that whole process and find like the right combos and stuff. The covers were commissions. This was all Kat.
I didn't realize it was going to be the cover. It didn't occur to me.
Really?
So there you go. That was a really awesome surprise.
Come with me. I'll show you the outcome. The ones in that room are earlier
Oh,
prototypes.
yeah, I haven't seen these.
These are the final prototypes and they're final because there's some changes, but one of the main ones is the spine is on top.
right and left hand.
You saw the vlog. Yeah, so this one open.
Oh, they look great.
I know, how nice is the matte cover?
Yes. I
Is,
like that it's
board.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone will basically, for our video, we're just going to spend the day colouring in pictures. It'll be fun.
I got told I get to come in colour. So
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So we'll bring these with us. This was the prototype, but it is the same markers. So we're going to bring the two sets. Where is the actual marker case? There it is. Okay. So you haven't seen this.
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow, that's so cool. Wow, that's really cool. Can you colour that?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fun, huh? This is the dream team. This is the dream team that made the Colour Quest happen. Plus Murray, all of us are going to be having a colouring extravaganza today. So we're going to move on to that. I'm going to wrap up the vlog, but before I wrap it up, I want to do two things. One is get a Polaroid. Because I'm getting into Polaroids.
That's a cool Polaroid too.
It's cool because it's got a little screen and then you hit print and it prints
so
it's
fancy.
really cool, yeah.
Put your finger in front of
So,
that.
yeah, it sort of works. And you go sprint. Oh, how cute is that?
Don't shake it though, please don't shake it.
Why?
Don't shake Polaroids. Do you not know that?
Are you not
No.
meant to? Isn't that the only thing you're meant to do with Polaroids? Is shake them?
That song has like
Shake
it like a Polaroid.
Yeah, I did like a whole
picture.
thing in year 12 that if you shake them enough or like the ink goes everywhere.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know about these, but the old school square Polaroids.
I don't think these are old school, but it does appear, so it is. I guess it'll be printing in a small way.
That'd be really curious actually if they...
There we go. The other one is a question of the day. You've picked 4 questions.
Two of them are very similar.
Can you use watercolor on them?
Same question for this one.
Give it a go. I got some.
Oh, here we go.
Pick a page. In fact, I think we've actually started yeah, we did some colouring.
It definitely feels like paper that would hold watercolour to me.
I would hope so. There you go. Laura Craft is her name. You have to work pretty hard to get through 300 GSM paper.
She can have a yellow gun.
What's the gold gun from Deadpool that he really wants? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's sinking in?
Yeah, seems to be holding
Yeah,
pretty
Do you
well.
want to give it a go? She's going to attack it. Here comes the aggression.
They'll never invite me back.
It's really what you need to know, though, if you're going to use watercolors. I look 100% honest. Like, these were made for markers, so I don't actually know, but I'm interested. And you have a lot of experience with watercolors, so I'm curious in learning what you think.
Honestly, the paper is so thick. It
It's-
doesn't look like
Look,
it
300
would,
It's hard to screw up. Like 300 GSM is like
it would take a lot to warp it.
it's very thick paper.
It's not warping at all. My only, like if you're a watercolor artist, it does sit a little bit more on top of the paper, but as long as you leave it to dry, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. So it's multi-medium friendly. Yay! What were the other questions?
Now I'm curious, will the 48 marker last the whole book? Since it's a quest, will there be some sort of instructional journey with tips and techniques on how to use the marker and choose the colours, etc.? Your question.
That is a good question. That was several questions. Sneaky. What was the first part of the question?
Will the markers last the whole book?
I am confident. So the prototype set in that brown case is the set Kat and I made over a year ago. I have used it a lot. So I am confident that they will take you through, I mean, it's 100 pages. So that is a lot to ask of any set of markers, but at the same time, like, it's the most confidence I would have in any set of markers. Like,
You've got the correct paper too, so it won't hold,
Exactly.
it won't take more ink than it needs.
and Ohuhu's are refillable. So, you know, you're set for the long term. So part two.
There's
The
a
part
part
two was, will there be
A quest.
guides? Okay,
Yes.
so all of the final colouring books with the final prototypes. They have QR codes on the back. So I'll give you two answers for this one. There are QR codes on the back of every artwork which lead to the video that they came from. A lot of those were coloured in with alcohol markers. So you can, in theory, follow along with how the original illustrations or artworks were coloured in. But the other thing is there will be stretch goals to the Kickstarter campaign. And I intend for one of those to be like a class, like a master class like I did for character design. So there's definitely room to sort of expand on the quest aids that you can be given.
All right, this next one sparked my interest because I'm a digital artist.
Yeah.
For the digital only, would you consider adding a color palette of the same Ohuhu asset?
Oh, how does that? Was in just like swatches, digital swatches?
Yeah, maybe.
That should be easy.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
We could maybe do that.
Okay. I don't see why not. I think that's it. We knocked out 3 questions today, and we're going to finish off by singing "Happy Birthday" to Alicia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray!
You know, apparently we're going to do that in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.